Warning, today's video discusses a very sensitive topic. While I have made my stance on abortion extremely clear in the past, this video will not be discussing my personal views. This video will be regarding Mama Aitai and the tackling of the subject of abortion. Enjoy. Hi everyone! It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I haven't done these commentaries in a while. As you can see, I got kind of a makeover. I have to say that I like my makeover a lot. And full credit to Noir. Now, with that, on to the show. Today I will be talking about another video game. Another quite obscure one that's a little different from my typical nostalgia ones, as I only played this video game back in June. This video game is Mama Aitai, a game where you play as a fetus that's about to be aborted. No, this isn't a joke. Mama Aitai is an obscure RPG Maker game released in 2018. I was quite surprised that it had such a late release date, as it had very similar vibes to many of those horror games you would have played in the 2000s, such as Al Oni and the like. However, it's less supernatural and more abstract, covering a very real topic by fantastical means. You play as Shota, a little boy who is inside of his mother's womb. As you go throughout the womb, looking for your arms, which have been removed, you'll be finding out lore tidbits and the ghosts of the previous children who had been aborted, though one of them had been killed, which I will get into later. You will meet your first one, who is your brother, who was aborted. You'll meet your second one, who is your sister, and their sister, or Brister as it's called. They end up fusing together. It's very confusing, but you'll have to play the game to fully understand. Brither is what they were called in the English translation I played. And with that, you'll also find your friend, quote unquote, Mr. I, who is controlled by your other brother, who is seen as kind of the mastermind of the game. Throughout the game, you will find out why the mother aborted each child, and the fact that one of them, the sister, was actually killed after being born via stabbing with scissors and drowning in the bathtub. Yes, it's quite a morbid game. The game ends 4 different ways. In the first ending, you'll end up getting drowned. In the second ending, you'll end up being born and leaving the hospital with your mother. In the third ending, you and your twin brother, who you meet earlier, who is missing his legs, while you are missing your arm, will go out together via an abortion. And we see many symbolic tools throughout the game, mostly scissors and the like, through these creatures that are really hard to escape. Yeah, I struggled a lot with escaping them. And with this in mind, you find out that you have a 4th ending that you can unlock if you create one more save file and are able to accomplish the last goal. And in that ending, you will kill the mother. Yeah, the mother is kind of implied to be a troubled but not very good person, as she did kill the daughter as she did not want a daughter, she wanted a son, which is quite common in some Asian cultures and even European ones. The game itself is very similar to games such as Undertale and Amori in aesthetic, especially Amori. That RPG Maker vibe, albeit from the 2010s rather than the authentic 90s, 2000s. And with that, you'll find that it may bring you some nostalgia even if you haven't played it before, like it did for me. And while that is also the case, I will say that there is a certain vibe to it that you can tell what era it was made in, considering abortion was very topical in this era. My question is, what are my opinions on it? Or maybe that's your question, who knows? I will say that some of my assessment of the game might not be entirely accurate, as I played a very poorly translated version. The original game was in Japanese, and this translated version was based off the Spanish version, so I do believe quite a bit of stuff was lost in the translation. Well, that is the case. I have to say that I found the game extremely interesting. While abortion is a very controversial subject, I do enjoy how it was tackled and the fact that the creator was willing to tackle such a rough subject. I like the fact that you see a story even though it isn't too long, and it only lasts about 2 to 3 hours to play. And I found the characters themselves interesting, and I enjoyed the uses of humor throughout, despite being a very dark game otherwise. The CGs are also very well drawn. I very much enjoyed seeing those, as well as following the story of the characters and the ending where Shota is born being my favorite. I have to say that if you are interested in RPG Maker games, especially ones that tackle dark and heavy subject matter, I'd say it's for you. Just check it out. It's not too long and it's free, so I would say that you should see for yourself what I mean. In conclusion, Mama Aitai was an interesting find off of a very obscure website, and I do feel like it should be talked about more. I've looked it up and information is very sparse online, so all I really have to know about it is the gameplay that I played with the very poor translation. Let me know your thoughts, and I would like to see if any of you play it as well. I would like to see more discussion of this game overall, as I do think it should be seen more, as it tackles a very interesting subject, as well as having a very unique gameplay. And I do believe that there should be a fandom of sorts, even though there isn't one now. After all, RPG Maker games are always interesting to me, as a big fan of Omori and Undertale and the like. Meanwhile, I'll be off and dreaming of you tonight.